Hi, in this tutorial we will solve these 5 relational algebra exercises using the following database: employees, projects, works on, and departments. So let's inspect the database that we have. We got employees, employee ID, name, salary, department ID, manager ID. So the manager ID is the same as an employee ID. Department ID is here and it gives me a location. Project's PID says here the PID is also the name of the project, has a description, and then employees, we get a notification, the name of the project, and they work some hours on that project, and this is the information. So now for the first query says, this is the name of the project. So we can get the name of the project from projects or for works on that have employees on the systems department. Then that means works in as the project name has an employee, but we don't know the system, so we're gonna need works and employees. We're gonna join this with this to get the name of the department. Working less than 5 hours, so hours is still here. So we need two tables, employees and works. So then works on, we need it, and we would select those with hours less than 5, and then we will join these with employees. But we want employees from the systems department. So we select where DID is systems. Now from these we just need the project number, the project name. So we project on this answer with PID, and that will be the answer for my first query. So now for number 2, it says list the name of employees with a salary greater than their manager's salary. Then here we get the salary of an employee. Here we get the identification of the manager, but we don't see the salary of the manager. We will have to open table employees again for the managers and employee and compare the salaries. So then let's open employees twice. So let's call that table employees, and let's assign that. So we got employees, and then let's get managers, employees. Remember that in the textbook, they use the row, the symbol, the Greek letter row that looks like a P to rename. Then I told you we can use these symbols to make an assignment. So let's say that we're open the table twice, and then we need to join um, employees, then one side, and then the other side we need the record of the managers. So then what we need to say is we join E with M, but we don't want an equijoin. We want where in one side is the employee, so if E dot the M underscore DID is the same as the in M dot EID. So that means in this side we have an employee record, and in the other side we got the manager's record. And then now from here we just want to select, so that's the selection, those that the employee salary is greater than the manager's salary. Once we have that, we project. So the project, we need the name, right? So then we get the pi e dot name. Okay, so now for number 3, name of employees working on all projects. So this is one of the keywords, all projects. Then we're gonna have to do some division. So then projects, uh, let's see. So all projects will be here, and we need to divide that with works on to get the identification of those employees working on all PIDs. Then um, we need the following. So we need to say works on, then we do the pi on EID, comma PID. Why I'm doing this? Because if I leave hours, it will say employees that work on all projects the same number of hours. We don't want that, right? So it will leave. So we need to take away that. So only leaves employees working on all projects. So we add all attributes, or attributes needs to be constant. So will be employees or the same hours on all projects. And then here we divide this with projects. So remember that the attributes that are here to be able to be compatible with the division is to be the attributes that are here. So here we need to do a pi on PID. So look, the PID is the elements here. So when we do the division, this PID will go where we're gonna get just the employees. Okay, so now we don't have the names. So then here we need to join this with employees. So then we join this with employees. And then finally we project that on the employee names, right? So this is what we have. So here we need a pi with the name, and that will be the answer for number 3. So now for number 4 is the name of employees making more than 100,000 and working on 0 projects. Okay, so let's see. So here we have employees, we select them, and their salary is greater than 100,000. Now here we will get the employee ID. So this is the identification of all employees making more than 100,000. And then if an employee works on a project, the identification is to be here. So now if we subtract this list of IDs, that means they are here and they are not here. So then we're gonna get the employee identifications of those that make more than 100,000 and not working on a project. So let's call that T1, and I will do the other notation. So remember, the other notation is doing this. Instead of doing the column equal, we can do this for assignment, and then we can call this my T1. So T1 has that. But I want the names, so the names are in table employees. Then I will do T1 join with employees, and then on here we can do the pi on the name. So this is the expression that is my answer, so we can make an assignment to answer if we want it to be specific, but it's not really needed. Okay, the last question. Name of employees working on both project X and project Y. So this is an example of a common mistake because, let's see, we need names too, right? Because on projects, we got the employee identification and the names. So I could say, well, PID is project X and PID is project Y. That's not possible. That's an error. Why? Because PID can only take one value, so I cannot do PID equals to this and PID equals to that. That will not be possible. It works for an OR, but not for an AND. So in the case of an AND, we do intersection. So then let's let's get the employees works on project X. So we do the selection and then we say PID is project X. And then here, let's get the identification because we only care about that employee identification. And let's do the same here. So we can say uh, that we will get the list of those. Here we got a sigma. Here is PID is project Y on works on. So let's try to copy the same thing here, and then here we do the intersection on those two. So this and this expression is the same, even though this has horrible handwriting. Works on project. Only difference is project X and project Y, so they are intersecting. So these are the list of employees that work here in project Y and here project X. So let's assign that to T1. And then again, if I want the name, I will do something similar like here. So we do T1, we join that with employees, and then we project that with name. And then we get the answer. Thank you.